an economic recovery. President, the world is seeing a high pace of crises, and unfortunately we are just looking at managing these crises rather than finding concrete solutions. This is a situation of laxism in international efforts and also a situation of selectivity in the application of international law and international humanitarian law, which has led to an exacerbation of violence and conflicts and is threatening the principles of the UN Charter and undermining common actions to find peaceful solutions. Peaceful solutions that will enable us to spare the lives of civilians and to put an end to fighting and ensure peace and international and regional development. In this context of tensions between countries, we wish to warn against political polarisation. We need to open up dialogue and strengthen dialogue and cooperation between states, enabling us to strengthen international peace and security. In this regard, we categorically reject all crimes perpetrated by Israel against the kindred Palestinian people. The most recent crimes committed against civilians, defenceless civilians, is just one chapter in the story of suffering by this brother people who have been suffering for decades now. These barbaric Israeli practices that started last year has cost the lives of tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians, in particular women and children. We are seeing bombing, murder and destruction. This is a real humanitarian catastrophe, and it is continuing to get worse. It is necessary to halt this aggression. For this reason, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia hosted the Joint Arab-Israeli Summit in November 2023. The Ministerial Committee tasked by this summit to engage in visits has called upon the international community to put an end to Israeli aggression and protect civilians. That's why we welcome the adoption by the General Assembly on the 10th of May 2024 of a resolution that states that the State of Palestine fulfills all the conditions to become a fully fledged member state of our organisation, and we welcome the decision of Norway, Spain, Ireland, Slovenia and Armenia, who have recognised the brother country of Palestine. We call upon other states to bilaterally recognise the state of Palestine and to act together in order to recognise the state of Palestine as an independent state. That's why we announced with our partners and ministerial committees with Norway and the European Union, we have announced the creation of a coalition to promote the two-state solution. We call upon all states to join us in this initiative. Mr. President, we have provided more than $5 billion American dollars in aid to the kindred Palestinian people since the bombing of the Gaza Strip with the King Salman project. We have committed to even more, several millions of dollars in humanitarian aid, and we are working with many different international and UN humanitarian aid agencies to bring in humanitarian projects. We welcome the advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice regarding Israeli practices in occupied Palestinian territories that has confirmed the illegal nature of Israeli presence in occupied Palestinian territories for now 75 years. It's essential to find a fair solution to the Palestinian crisis based on resolutions of international equality and enabling the Palestinian people to establish an independent state with pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. The prevalence of impunity, the lack of respect of legal obligations is encouraging Israel to continue its escalation. This escalation will have no positive impact on any party at all. It also risks having negative repercussions for the entire region. That's why we reaffirm the fact that it is necessary to preserve the stability of Lebanon and to respect its sovereignty in line with international law and in line with relevant UN Security Council resolutions. We are aligning with international efforts to bring in an immediate ceasefire and to find a lasting diplomatic solution. We call upon all parties to show wisdom and to show restraint in order to avoid a true war from breaking out in the region.